Well. World-class veteran video game critic Michael Does Life. Oh, Michael.
Oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup. There's an oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup. There's an oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup. There's an oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup. There's an oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup. There's an oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup. There's an oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup. Trailer, there's a mo, it's a beast.
Shut the fuck up! Fucker! Move! Damn!
luck, I guess.
There was a girl I knew. She said she cared about me. She tried to make my world the way she thought it should be. Yeah, we were desperate then to have each other to hold. There's a There were so many times I would wake up anew. Yeah, with my head spinning round, I would wait for the moon. Yeah, we were desperate then to have each other to hold and give her one more chance to try to save my
Never has there been an opening like this in the entertainment industry. This week, Grand Theft Auto 5 pulled in $1 billion in sales in 3 days. No movie or music release has ever come close to that.
Yeah, it was hard to give up. Some things are hard to let go. Some things are never enough. I guess I only can wait. Yeah, we were desperate then to have each other to hold and give her one more chance.
folks at home, we hope you're having a fantastic day in your neck of the woods as our exclusive coverage of Grand Theft Auto 6 continues. We are 481 days out from Trailer 1, I believe, and Rockstar still has nothing to show for. And quite frankly, the forecast is not looking too hot for this game. We got big, loyal Luis Hernandez coming through in a way that makes sense here today before the broadcast began with the $10 super chat. That's what we love to see. Big, loyal Luis Hernandez is throwing it down, laying it down, and setting that mood, that vibe, that tone, that atmosphere. Big, loyal Luis Hernandez is coming through with a $10 super chat, and big loyal Luis Hernandez says, Trailer 2, where are you at, homie? We need a savior in gaming. We certainly do, and we certainly hope that Grand Theft Auto 6 is still on track. And for what we know as of this broadcast, it is, but we certainly hope that Grand Theft Auto 6 is on track for fall of 2025. That would be utterly fantastic. As big loyal Luis Hernandez comes through with the $10 super chat. You'll love to see that, setting that mood, that vibe, that tone, that atmosphere. And we got the Lobolani follow-up from Dr. Blitz coming through with 99 cents. It's Biden's economy. We got 71 likes, folks. I think we could be doing a little bit better in that department, so let's go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Apparently, there's 244 folks in here, and I'm going to tell you what, folks, we got some interesting things to cover here today and talk about as we head into April. April is right around the corner. I think 48 hours from now is April 1st, probably less than that, but April 1st is right around the corner, and the Trailer 2 rumor was that it was coming on April 1st. Now, that was before we got the update from Strauss yesterday, or the day before, whenever that was, and the head honcho at Take-Two. And we learned from the horse's mouth over at Take-Two Interactive that they are going to be taking the marketing and they're going to be pushing it closer to release, relatively close to the release of Grand Theft Auto 6 when the launch is. And I think, quite frankly, what they need to do in this position right now is to hold off on Grand Theft Auto 6 still. And I know that's not what people want to hear, but you got to get Mafia out in front of it. And I think April is going to be Mafia the Old Country month. And I think they're going to advertise that a little bit. And I think they're going to put out a new trailer because there's no trailer 2 for Mafia the Old Country. Just like there's no trailer 2 for a GTA 6. But I think April is going to be an important month for Mafia the Old Country. They have to get that out. That's coming out this summer, so they have to really figure that out in a way that makes sense. And I think April is a perfect time frame to do that, as Mafia the Old Country is obviously coming out way before Grand Theft Auto 6. So I think, unfortunately, the waiting game is still going to continue here for Grand Theft Auto 6, and I know that's not what some people want to hear. But based off of yesterday's interview that we took a look at from Strauss, Take-Two, it seems like nothing's going to change until it absolutely has to. And quite frankly, that is disappointing to say the least. We certainly hope that there is news for Grand Theft Auto 6 sooner rather than later, but right now, based off of that interview from yesterday, it seems like, quite frankly, there's not too much that's going to be happening relatively soon, which is unfortunate. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at April 1st. That was the rumored date, and why April 1st was that time and place is because right here you look at the online shirt for GTA Online, and it has two dates right there. Okay, December 5th, 2023, and then April 1st, 2025, which of course December 5th, 2023 was the trailer 1, and presumably April 1st, 2025 is Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer 2. Now, this was a theory before the brand new interview came yesterday. And someone's coming through. That's what we love to see. Saptoon is coming through. He's gifting out. What's going on here? Okay, Arthur Morgan is coming through, and he's gifting out 10 memberships. That's what we love to see, homie. Arthur Morgan is in the building, and he's coming through, and he's gifting out those 10 memberships. You love to see that. Arthur Morgan coming through. and helping it grow in a way that makes sense. That's what we love to see. Arthur Morgan is coming through, and he's coming through in a way that makes sense with a 10 gifted here. So if you got a gifted membership, be sure to thank Arthur Morgan because he just gifted out 10 memberships here today. And we do appreciate that. Arthur Morgan in the building coming through and helping it grow in a way that makes sense. We got DT, I don't know who that is. Phantom Vibe. We got Sap Tune. So you guys need to go ahead and thank Arthur Morgan if you got your gifted membership because Arthur Morgan is coming through and he's coming through hard and strong. And in a way that makes sense with the 10 gifted, Arthur Morgan is in the building here. And he's coming through in a way that makes sense. But if we take a look at this, it is interesting to say the least. That we can tell you. So April 1st is a potential date to look out for, and that's, of course, right around the corner. April 1st is right around the corner, folks. And we are going to be seeing if there is any updates on April 1st. I don't believe that there will be, but even if Rockstar wants to play April Fools, that'll be interesting to say the least. We're hoping for something soon, but quite frankly, after yesterday's interview, I'm not so sold on this happening soon. And I think the reason why they might have come out of the woodwork to talk about GTA 6 in the way that they did yesterday is to get ahead of the Leslie Benzies project. That is going to be a competitor, at least for the summer, for this game. There's no other games like this. They don't make Watch Dogs anymore. They don't make Saints Row anymore. So you have to look at the Leslie Benzies game as kind of competition. Not that it really is. Obviously, nothing's competition to this game. But Mind's Eye is Leslie Benzies' game. And, of course, Leslie Benzies really made this franchise possible. He made Grand Theft Auto possible. You can go look up Leslie Benzies. And he was a force to be reckoned with at Rockstar Games. In fact, he was the president of Rockstar North. So that's what it was. It was PR. In my opinion, I think this sounds a little conspiracy theory, but I think it was PR to get ahead of Mind's Eye and to get ahead of Leslie Benzies' new project because I think Leslie Benzies is trying to give a big FU to Rockstar Games. And they countered that, and they said, "Hey, we're gonna do this PR talk about GTA 6 and kind of this business." I don't know why they're talking about GTA 6 through the lens of this very corporate way. I mean, it's really ridiculous to say the least. It's really ridiculous, but I honestly think that's what happened. I think the Leslie Benzies project is they want to keep the conversation going with this, but they don't know how to really do that in a way that makes sense right now. So they're having the Take-Two guy come out of the woodwork and vaguely talk about this in a way that makes sense and say it's still on track, and they're going to start the marketing relatively close to launch. But I honestly think the Leslie Benzies project is a big, a lot of people are jonesing for a GTA type of clone, a GTA type experience, and obviously, they're not the same games. Obviously, Mid's Eye is a sci-fi narrative-driven experience with probably an open level, but you got the Lincoln Clay actor in there, and it's going to have open-world elements to it, I'm assuming. So people are going to probably play that, and they hear the marketing for that is going to be obviously from the creator of Grand Theft Auto. That's gonna obviously help boost the sales. That's the only reason I'm getting it. And plus, Lincoln Clay, the guy who plays Lincoln Clay, is a great actor. I thought he did a great job in Mafia 3, and I think that's a great casting choice for this project here. But, and Leslie Benzies obviously knows what he's doing. So we'll have to definitely check that out. Mid's Eye comes out June 10th, and I think they wanted to get ahead of that. I think they wanted to stump out any momentum that game had by having Strauss come on and do that interview with Bloomberg. And maybe they filmed that a long time ago, I'm not sure, but it just seems kind of a crazy coincidence how they come out of the woodwork and out of nowhere they talk about GTA 6 and they have this interview asking about GTA 6, but they're not really answering questions in a way that makes sense. We're not getting definitive answers. And Rockstar is still completely, totally silent 481 days in. We're approaching the 500-day mark soon, and hopefully by then there is something a little bit more than there is now. Whether it be a screenshot or they update the artwork or something like that on their social media. I mean, something is better than nothing at this point. But it is a thing where we're going to have to wait and see. I need your energy here today, folks. It's cold out here. It's windy out here. We just got 10 gifted memberships from Arthur Morgan, Luis Hernandez coming through, Dr. Blitz coming through with the lowball Lonnie. So you guys need to start stepping up and hitting the like button here. The chat's slowing down already. We need you guys to start participating in a way that makes sense and start moving this chat because it is cold out here. That I can tell you. The temperature is dropping throughout the afternoon here, and winter returns. So we don't know how long we're going to go for. Probably an hour, I think, for these streams. We're just going to cap them at 1 hour, I think, for every stream going forward, unless it's a necessity to go longer than that. I think we need to cap them at 1 hour because you guys can't handle much more than that. In fact, you can barely handle 30 minutes. And that's why the intros are so long, because we got to get you guys situated before the projector begins. And I think the intros are actually a little too short. I think we should have 2-hour intros to get you guys ready for the show. I think that would be more appropriate than the intros that we currently have, because you guys can't seem to figure out that World Class is live. And when World Class is live, you need to stop what you're doing and you need to get up in here and you need to start participating in a way that makes sense, because if you want to make this fun, that's how that works. But if you can't be bothered to do that, well, then we're going to have some trouble with the show, and as such, we'll cut it short. So you guys need to hit the like button. You guys need to share the broadcast. Try and get some people in here. It's as simple as that, folks. The algorithm isn't going to work for me, so you guys need to be the algorithm, and you guys need to organically share this broadcast and get some people in here, because there's no one live talking about this game right now. That's one thing you'll notice on YouTube, is that no one is live talking about this game right now, and if they are, they're not dedicating their entire show. They're putting it in the topics list. We don't do a topics list. We talk about what we want to talk about, and if people show up, fantastic. If they don't show up, then it is what it is. But the Brick Boy is coming through, and that's what we love to see, homie. Let's get some dubs up in the chat.
The Brick Boy 103 super chatted $4.99. The greatest entertainer of all time is on the court. Do not take this for granted.
Yeah.
Support the show.
You're talking sense. You got your thinking cap on it. We do appreciate that. The Brick Boy coming through hard and strong with a $5 super chat, and that's what we love to see, coming through and in a way that makes sense. You got the best in the world, and you're looking at the best in the world, and you have the opportunity to interact with the best in the world in real time here. And pretty soon in the future, this will be an obsolete thing. In about 5 or so years from now, this will be a very obsolete thing. It'll be a very different ball game in about 5 or 10 years from now in terms of streaming and that whole sort of thing. It's going to be a very different ball game. I mean, it already is, really. It's kind of like Hollywood. I mean, you have to be a top player to really make it happen, and the top players are on Twitch. It's the Golden Goose over there. The Brick Boy coming through with the 5. That's what we love to see. This guy says it's getting delayed. I already predicted the delay. I said that there's no way that this game is coming out. There's 481 days of silence, and that isn't seemingly changing anytime soon. Hopefully April 1st it does. And we will be taking a close look at April 1st, and if we think that something might be coming, we will hit the go live button, but you know, it really depends on what we're feeling that day, because it is April Fool's. Scar's coming through, and he's gifting 1 membership. That's what we're talking about, homie. And Lucas is coming in here as such. So Lucas is coming in here as such. Scar gifting out 1 membership. That's what we love to see, coming through in a way that makes sense. Scar is in the building, and that's what we love to see, homie. We're going to come out here and warm up. It's freezing out here, homie. Lucas is coming through. Scar in the building, gifting out another membership. That is what we're talking about. It has been 481 days. This is an all-new record for Rockstar Games in terms of announcing something and staying silent for that long. And that's why this is very concerning. If there had been screenshots, we wouldn't even be out here talking about this, honestly, because then we would know it would still be on track, right? If we had an update, we would know it would still be on track. But the beauty of this right now, the sad reality, I guess, of this right now is that we don't really know what's going on with this game, and people can try and figure it out, and people can try and say, well, they have inside sources. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't have inside sources. You really think that Rockstar is going to risk? You think if you work at Rockstar Games, are you going to really risk leaking something? You're not going to do that. So it's going to be tight-lipped, especially since the trailer came out before it should have. We did that all-night stream, and we were ready. We were ready to go all night waiting for this trailer. It was going to be a big show, and it would have been a lot of fun. But It would have been a lot of fun, but the trailer came out way too early, and we weren't able to fully do a show with it because of that trailer coming out sooner rather than later. So, and not only that, but the gameplay leaked back in 2022, I believe. The gameplay leaked for Grand Theft Auto 6, and I remember that day. I remember when the gameplay leaked for literally the biggest video game of all time. And these normies couldn't understand it. They were like, wow, this looks like trash. It's Grand Theft Auto 5. And it's like, okay, well, I mean, it kind of does look similar, but it's obviously, you know, most of it's a placeholder thing. Most of it's a placeholder thing. So it wasn't obviously final. Now, if that was the final game, I would be disappointed in it, but we don't have any idea on what the gameplay looks right now as it stands in 2025. It could look much different. And a lot of it could have been reworked for all we know. We don't have an updated look on Lucia. We don't have an updated look on Jason. We don't have an updated look on the game. The last time we've seen this game is over 481 days ago, and you bet your carcass that there has been some changes since then, 481 days ago. I mean, that's a long time. How many months is that? 15 months? I mean, 481 days of silence, and you have people that are so brainwashed that they believe that this game is coming out. And I want them to be right, and I want to be wrong. Believe me, I want this game later this year. I don't want to wait until 2026 because at that point my interest will completely drop. Like, I just don't care. I'm tired of waiting for this game. I'm tired of talking about this game because, well, it's just getting tiring, and Rockstar Games is not seemingly ready to pull the curtain back yet, as the marketing strategy is to apparently wait until the last minute and then start marketing the game. And I just don't see how that makes much sense, but I guess in Take-Two's corner, it makes a lot of sense, as they would know more than me. So, but I think really what happened, because that interview came out of nowhere, I think they're really hot about Leslie Benzies. I think they're hot about Leslie Benzies. Jack Pitton is coming through. That's what we love to see. Jack Pitton is coming through. That's what we love to see, homie, coming through with that
Jack Pitton
$5.
super chatted £5. Only game I care about this year is GTA 6. Let's hope April they pull back the curtain.
Well, you have to realize they have to market Mafia the Old Country. And someone in here the other day said that they announced when they're going to pull the curtain back on Mafia the Old Country. I didn't see that anywhere, but Mafia the Old Country comes first. So that's going to have the priority. And I think if you drop GTA 6 Trailer 2 in the mix of all of that, I think it's going to disrupt the focus on Mafia the Old Country. I think once we're done with Mafia the Old Country, then we go to Borderlands 4. I honestly think there's going to be nothing, even if this game does come out fall 2025, I honestly think there's not going to be anything until basically the last minute, because it seems like that's the strategy that they might have if this game is indeed coming in fall of 2025. But how are they going to market two games at once that are kind of similar, but not really, if that makes any sense? I mean, why would anyone want to buy Mafia the Old Country when GTA 6 Trailer 2 is the talk of the town? You know what I mean? And you can't really go after that. So in my opinion, Mafia the Old Country comes first, and that's what's being marketed in April. And I think that's okay. And depending on when that game comes out, April, May, June, July. I mean, they really just screwed this whole thing up. They should have put out Trailer 2 last December. I don't know what's going on. This doesn't even make sense. When you really logically look at this, it doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry. It just doesn't make any sense. There's too many spider webs here. There's too many big games from Take-Two coming out. You know, you got Borderlands 4 coming out. So the losers that play that game, I can never be me. That's Reddit rumor. That's Reddit humor. That's Marvel humor. It's terrible writing. Borderlands was always trash, okay? You roam around. It's a bunch of different weapons you can find, and then it's just like it's nonstop talking from the guns or whatever. Like, it's just so cringe. Like, the writing is so cringe. The movie flopped. No one cares about Borderlands, but nonetheless, that has to come out. I think that's coming out. When is that coming out? September? I think it's coming out in September, I believe, if I remember correctly. But Mafia the Old Country is supposed to come out before that, right? Or after Borderlands 4. Let me go take a look at that chart. Let me go take a look at this chart here, because we do have a chart from Take-Two. Yeah, and I don't remember what order Mafia the Old Country comes in, but I think this is going to actually... Well, presume... When does Borderlands 4 come out? Borderlands 4 release. We do have a release date, September. So we're going to assume that Mafia of the Old Country is going to release before that. I would assume in August for Mafia of the Old Country. So how are we going to market all of these games at once when you start marketing Grand Theft Auto 6? Like, other games get less attention. Other games get put on the back burner from the casual audience, right? If you were to put all 3 of those games in front of someone and say pick, they're going to pick Grand Theft Auto 6, right? You got Mafia Old Country in front of you. You got Borderlands 4 in front of you. You have Grand Theft Auto 6 in front of you. You can only pick one. You're picking Grand Theft Auto 6. It's as simple as that. You're picking Grand Theft Auto 6, and I just don't understand how they're going to market all of these games at once as we head into fall of 2025. And look at this right here, the Queen, total sweetheart from top to bottom. Molly is coming through, and she absolutely does love, and she's coming through so strongly with that heart super sticker. That's what we love to see. Molly, total sweetheart from top to bottom, absolute queen. She loves, I love. Molly is coming through, and she's coming through in a way that makes sense. Let's get some dubs and hearts for the queen. Molly is in here, and she's coming through so strongly with that beautiful and lovely heart super sticker. And that's what we love to see. She's rolling out that heart-shaped carpet, and that's totally fantastic, and we do appreciate that. Molly is in the building, and she's coming through so tremendously strong, and in a way that makes sense with the $5 super sticker. It's what we love to see. Let's get some dubs in the chat for the queen as we continue to talk about Grand Theft Auto 6, 481 days since GTA 6 Trailer 1. We need you guys to wake up in here and wake up in a way that makes sense. We're going to crack open the Coca-Cola cream. And look at this. It matches the, dude, it matches the freaking, the jacket here. This is crazy. Look at this right here. It's like a camouflage. Like, oh, my God. That's what we're talking about. Big time support. We need you guys to start locking in here. 481 days in Rockstar. I mean, can you guys seriously think about this right here, this moment that we're in? 481 days of pure silence, and somehow, some way, the brainwashed Rockstar fanboys think that is a positive thing for this game. It's not a positive thing. It's just not a positive thing. And they're doing this PR spin right. This is what's happening. They're doing this PR circuit with the Take-Two guy Strauss, and they're getting all about the numbers, and they're saying, well, yeah, marketing's coming for GTA 6 when it gets closer to launch. That's a bunch of baloney. I'm sorry. I mean, it's just like, where is this game? 481 days of silence. Rockstar's never done this before. So why is this now a thing? The game is delayed. The game is not coming out fall of 2025, and I don't even think there's going to be a damn delay announcement anytime soon. I think you're going to have to wait until fucking maybe even December. Who knows? Rockstar has no pressure. They have seemingly no obligation to say anything about this game. And that's the problem. You give these developers too much money, you give these developers too much time, and nothing ever gets done. You have to come in there and say, this is when the game is shipping, no ifs, ands, or buts. If the dev team has to make some sacrifices, that's a part of the gig. If they don't want to be a part of this industry, then they go find a different job. It's as simple as that. If the devs don't believe in crunch, then they don't believe in putting in actual work. Well, there is no anticipation for this game. It's in the internet bubble, but if I were to go outside and ask, well, we are outside, but if I were to come out and ask people and say, hey, GTA 6, if I were to show people the characters and ask people to name the characters, Jason and Lucia, they wouldn't know who those characters are. This has to be a mainstream thing, and in order to, they're going to destroy the game. They're going to destroy the game. Your grandma's not going to know about this game, and that means it's going to be a flop. Because they're waiting at the last minute to market this game, and the normies have moved on. You know, they moved on with their lives. They might have seen Trailer 1, but they forgot about it already. Rockstar has to remake Trailer 1 at this point. 481 days of silence. You know, and you could argue the Spider-Man 2 thing and say, well, Insomniac Games, you know, they were quiet for over 600 days. And I looked it up on the AI, so I don't know if it's totally correct, but that is an interesting marketing strategy. Spider-Man 2, they first showed that off in 2021, and then they stayed silent until 2023. So that could be what's happening here with Grand Theft Auto 6, but this is out of character for Rockstar. It really is. It's out of character for Rockstar. You can go look at the GTA 5 timeline. You can go look at the Red Dead 2 timeline. And yes, Red Dead 2 got delayed, but we still had something to chew on, even if it wasn't too big. We had something to chew on. We had something to gnaw on as we were waiting. All right? They gave us a screenshot. They gave us a preview. They gave us this. They gave us that. Like, there was something to kind of hold us over. Now, there were moments of silence. There were moments of, like, where is this game? But it's nothing like this. This is unbelievable. And I understand this is the biggest video game of all time. I understand that they are, you know, seeking perfection, and they're trying to make this just the best that it can be. And that'll be great. Look, if the game comes out and it exceeds our expectations, then we will definitely apologize to Rockstar Games and say, well, yeah, the wait was worth it. The wait was hard, but the wait was certainly worth it. I'll definitely put the controller down, pause the game, and say, holy fucking shit, Rockstar's hit the home run. This is a 10 out of 10. Buy it. I mean, honestly. But what I want someone to do in here right now, because I'm too lazy to do it, someone said, and I don't know if this is true, and I've never looked, but someone said there's no gas caps on cars in GTA 6 Trailer 1. And if that is the case, well, that wouldn't even make sense, because I'm pretty sure San Andreas had gas caps on the cars. Maybe that was a troll, probably is. But I've never actually looked. But however, if that is the case, that is concerning to say the least, because one of the things that we are anticipating is the fuel mechanic here in Grand Theft Auto 6. I think that's going to be fascinating. And I think they can really do a lot with that. They can really do a lot with that in a way that makes sense. Rockstar's not the same company that they were 12 years ago. That's why I start banning people when they start bringing up Manhunt 3 in here, because it shows, like, their lack of intelligence. Like, they honestly think a game like Manhunt could be made today, and it's like, dude, you got to sit back in that basement and shut your mouth, because, like, you don't know what you're talking about. Just play your PS2, play your fucking, you know, play the great games, play the classics, but let's not act like Rockstar can put things out anymore. They can't do that anymore. It's a multi-billion-dollar thing. Video games got too big, and as such, they have to make sure that the window is as clean as possible, if that makes any sense. They have to make sure that it's sanitized. They have to make sure that the window isn't going to offend anyone when someone comes up to the window and looks at it. So it's as simple as that. No one cared about the window as much before, and now they're really making sure that it's as clean and sterile as possible. How do you not understand this? This is why the key players left at Rockstar Games. It ain't about the money, because they're all multimillionaires. I mean, how much money do they really need? Right? At a certain point, it's just like, well, it's creatively more of an issue than it is anything else, I would assume. So that's why they left. They can't rock the boat as much anymore, or at least how they used to. And, you know, that raunchy kind of edgy humor is probably going to be toned back and replaced with Marvel humor, where they have moments where it's like, this is where you're supposed to laugh. The gamer is supposed to laugh right here. It's like, you'll see in the first cutscene. If it's not like a super intense cutscene, but you'll see in the casual cutscenes how the characters interact and stuff like that. And I'm not saying the acting was bad in GTA 5. It was fantastic. That's one of the reasons why it's like, yeah, when you're playing these games and the cutscenes are so fucking good and the sound design is so fucking good and the performances are so fucking good, it's like, yeah, you're compelled. You're warped into the world. And that's what these RPGs and these games that come out today are missing. It's like, the acting is garbage. Like, imagine making a game where you're doing an RPG and you go up to an NPC and the acting is trash. It's a guy reading from a script. Now, how am I supposed to just sit there and excuse that and say, well, it's an RPG, so the acting sucks, it's okay? No, it's not okay. The acting has to be good, and the believability has to be there to a certain extent. That's the problem with these RPGs. Kingdom Come 2, it's like, how can I get into that world when the NPCs and the acting, it's like they found some people off the fucking street to come in and record some lines. Like, I'm not even trolling, it's that bad. And it's like, dude, imagine if Rockstar Games back in the day made a first-person open-world RPG, kind of like Oblivion or some shit. Like, well, the acting, would be fucking good. The performances would be pretty fucking solid, to say the least. Yeah, Saturday Night Live humor, I bet that's the direction that they're going to take it. Kingdom Come 2 was total slop. Adamfall is a much better RPG than Kingdom Come 2, and if you guys want to argue that, that's fine with me. I wanted to play more Adamfall, but, it's one of those games that I don't think we can handle in here. But you guys love Fallout New Vegas so much, and it's like, well, Adamfall gives you the freedom that Fallout New Vegas does. So why don't we like that? I don't understand. You guys, sit there and say Fallout New Vegas is the best game since sliced bread, and it's like, dude, I played that. When did we play that? A couple of years ago we played Fallout New Vegas, and it's like the NPCs are robots. Like, I can't play it. If they remake it, we maybe take a look at it, but, dude, I can't play RPGs, and I know the game came out, 15-something years ago or whatever, but, dude, I can't play Fallout New Vegas because they're literally robots. Like you go into the bar in the first town in Fallout New Vegas, and they just stand there doing nothing. And it's like, you're not even having an idle animation to sell the believability of, like, this is the bartender, by the way. You're not contextually selling the stories of these characters. And I understand the game came out in 2010. I get that. But, like, dude, even back then, that shit was dated. You have to sell the believability. It's like, if the bartender's at the bar, have the bartender doing some bartender animations. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard. So I hope that they remake Fallout New Vegas because, quite frankly, it's a hard game to get into because of the wooden NPCs. What are we doing? I mean, why does it take this long to make a video game? We got AI, we got all this stuff that accelerates this process, and these games are just not coming out. Now, the Oblivion remake is rumored to release, I think next week. So if it does come out, or at least announced next week, that's the rumor anyway. I'm going to go ahead and type that in again because I don't know if that was a troll account, but Oblivion remake. Let's go ahead and see when this Oblivion remake, and if it starts raining out here, we're going to have to go. But they're saying Bethesda may shadow drop the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion remake, and apparently it's coming quite soon. So I don't know if that's true, but nonetheless, we'll have to definitely take a look at it. But I don't have much faith in the Oblivion remake because there's some special sauce with Oblivion, and if they can't recapture that in the Oblivion remake, then the only thing they're going to have is great graphics, and quite frankly, that's not enough. I mean, the great graphics will be cool to look at, but if the NPCs are kind of like, if they've broken that magic that Oblivion has, then quite frankly, it's just not going to be all that interesting, to say the least. New Vegas had a development time of 18 months. Unbelievable. Let's not excuse the fact that Obsidian basically took what Bethesda made. They took Fallout 3 and they did an asset flip and they turned it around in 18 months, and that's fantastic. But I think that's an excuse. I mean, those games are hard to play in 2025. Let me tell you that. So I think if they do remake, and we heard that there's going to be rumors, there's rumors of a Fallout New Vegas remake. That in fact, I think they actually are working on it, according to the rumors anyway. So, and that'll sell like hotcakes. You got these boomers that swear up and down that that's the greatest game of all time. I mean, okay, how is it any different than Adamfall? Adamfall is a more up to date, It's got elements in like Fallout New Vegas. Why aren't we playing Adamfall? Adamfall is your game. Adamfall is, you can make choices in Adamfall. Adamfall, there's no bullshit. I honestly think that game might be, well, I'm not going to say it, but I don't know. I had a lot of fun with it. We were getting a little bit bored at the end, but I think, I don't know. I think there's something to it. I think they really they went with a no bullshit approach. It's not a 5-hour cutscene to get going. They throw you in the open world. You can make a choice right from the beginning of gameplay. Like, you literally don't have to follow the script. And not only that, but the map is actually small and condensed, and they got it jam-packed full of stuff, as opposed to a big empty open world like Kingdom Come 2 with nothing to do in it. So to me, it's a very interesting approach, and I think there should be more games like that within different genres. In fact, I think they should remake Fallout New Vegas. I think Rebellion, the guys that made Atomfall, I think they should be remaking Fallout New Vegas. Because you guys like Fallout New Vegas, you need to play Atomfall. It's very similar. And in fact, the way it approaches the way you do quests is actually kind of innovative, because you have to pay attention, which most games you don't have to. You just follow a marker on the screen. I didn't have to do one quest in the game because you actually have to listen and go to the coordinates on the map, but it's a very different approach. Oh, I was just playing it. It's horrible. People who refuse to play the original should be gate capped. That just shows there's no creativity left. Is the new Fable gonna be cooked? I don't know anything about no new Fable. The yapping in Atomfall is crazy. I remember the old guy that Michael was talking to. Well, yeah, but I mean, okay. I'm going to drop the conversation on Atomfall because it's a high IQ conversation, and we obviously can't handle it in here today. I'm not going to discuss it. Okay, if you don't think the game is great, that's fantastic. That's why it's on Game Pass. You can play it for free on Game Pass. It's literally a Game Pass game, dude. It's literally a Game Pass game, and you guys, you would rather still play Fallout New Vegas. Okay, if I had to pick one, Fallout New Vegas, yeah, it's a more interesting setting as opposed to the, England and the nuclear thing. But Fallout New Vegas, I mean, that's a game that, dude, those games don't hold up well at all. They just really don't. They're very dated. They all need to be remade or at least refreshed with some modern bells and whistles, quite honestly. And I don't mean change the whole game, but like the animation stuff's got to be worked out. Like less wooden animations. They can keep it mostly intact. Okay. Let's get you banned. You just made the account. We're going to go ahead and get you up out of here. We're not talking about Atomfall. You guys obviously can't handle that conversation. I think that was the only game I played where I was actually... It's like Stalker, but you have the Fallout New Vegas choice kind of system where you can just do whatever you want. And it's like, well, you can't do that in Kingdom Come 2. So you tell me how Kingdom Come 2 is a role-playing game when you can't even role-play. You have to role-play as Henry, and as how they written Henry. That's an action-adventure game. That's not an RPG. A role-playing game is a game where I go in, I create my character, and I role-play as that character. And the game doesn't have many restrictions, right? That's a role-playing game to me. Okay, well, Atomfall, you don't create a character, but you kind of do, right? I mean, I don't know the ending, but I don't think you're I don't know who you even are in that game. So I guess you're your own character in your head, but unless there's more to the story, but I don't know what to tell you. I wonder if the Leslie Benzies game has some Easter eggs from GTA games. Maybe they went a little bit to troll Rockstar. Well, that's why this PR thing is happening with Grand Theft Auto 6. It's not that the game is ready. This game is nowhere to be found. The only reason that Strauss came out of the woodwork and did that Bloomberg interview is to probably get ahead of the Leslie Benzies project, and they probably knew when this was coming. I mean, honestly, it's just Leslie Benzies was the president of Rockstar North, guys. Like, this was not some animator guy. Like, dude, this guy made these games happen. Leslie Benzies was a hot shot at Rockstar North. Without him, these games would have never happened. And he's no longer at the studio. Big fallout. So that's all this is. They're doing seemingly they're just doing a PR circuit, and they're doing it with Strauss because Rockstar doesn't want to say anything. And They're just having him be the mouthpiece for Grand Theft Auto 6, and they're having him crunch the numbers in this very vague way when we don't get definitive answers on when Trailer 2 is coming. We don't get definitive answers on when this game is actually coming. We don't get definitive answers on if this game is delayed. So you tell me what the hell that... You tell me how that makes even any sense. How am I wrong? You can't just say I'm wrong. I don't even know what you're talking about. Yeah, Lucas, you remember we just got we got 11 gifted members in here today. We got 11 gifted members in here today. Did you hear the Manhunt 3 rumors? Yeah, I heard the Manhunt 3 rumors, and you know, I read about the Manhunt 3 rumors, and they said let's get you banned. Those are the Manhunt 3 rumors. So the Manhunt 3 rumors will go ahead and get you banned. One more day for the trailer. No, we're definitely going to see what happens on April 1st. That was the rumored, time frame for GTA 6 Trailer 2, as indicated by the GTA Online T-shirt. And not only that, but GTA 6 O'Clock said that something might be happening in April. I haven't heard anything since then, so maybe they went back on their word. But this T-shirt is really what we're following. And I never, quite frankly, believed it either. Skull is coming through. That's what we're talking about, homie.
Twickable super chatted $5. We doing any call-ins today, Mackle? Love the streams, keep it up. Thumbs up emoji.
That's what we're talking about. Swiggle coming through with a $5 super chat. So we are going to be definitely taking a look at April 1st, and not only that, but more importantly on April 2nd, and the support is really low here today, so we're going to be wrapping this up. The hour mark is coming, and we're going to probably think about wrapping it up. It's getting windy out here. It's getting colder out here. But we do appreciate those that did come through. Nonetheless, we will be taking a look at April 1st for GTA 6 Trailer 2 or anything that Rockstar might post as a joke or whatever the case might be. Maybe it's not a joke. And really, it fits the theme of the trailer. The trailer of GTA 6 Trailer 1 is trust, right? Love and trust and all that stuff. So it's like, well, April Fools, you can't trust what you see on that day. So maybe Rockstar will throw something out and people are either going to love it or hate it, but we're going to definitely take a look at April 1st. Now, on April 2nd, we have a big one. We have the Nintendo Switch 2 unveil, and that's going to be a big one. Brand new console, Nintendo Switch 2 unveil. We're going to see what Nintendo has in store on April 2nd, and we're going to be reacting to the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. This is going to be big, and hopefully they have a reason for me to go out and buy a Switch 2. The last Nintendo console that I personally bought was Wii U. And we actually recently got a Wii U again, late last year, or earlier this year, I believe. And we had some fun with it. Well, I'm going to listen to what this guy says.
Super chatted
Swickable. Now, where's the 10?
Out the way to say my name, I'll give you another 10.
No, where's the 10, homie? Emoji. I just said your name correctly. Swickable. Where's the 10, homie? So on April 2nd, we have the Nintendo Switch 2 coming out. The unveil for that. And then on April 3rd, I think Warzone is returning to Call of Duty, so we might take a look at that, but that's not a big of a deal. But April 1st, we have GTA 6 potentially, as it lines up with this shirt here from GTA Online. Okay, right here, April 1st, 2025. And the other date was for Trailer 1. So this shirt could come to fruition here in a big way on April 1st. No, I don't think that's what's going to happen. And the reason why I'm not as confident in it is because of that interview yesterday where they said they're basically, and that's what we're talking about. He's coming through hard and strong, 3-time Tony Hawk combo. That's what we love to see. Swiggable is in the building.
Swiggable has just tipped $10 through Super Chat.
That's what we're talking about, homie. Swickable is in the building, and he's coming through with a 3-time Tony Hawk combo. Back to back to back here. Swickable is in the building, and he's coming through in a way that makes sense. You love to see it. Swickable is a man of his word, and he's coming through. As we seemingly said his name right, Swickable is coming through hard and strong, and in a way that makes sense. I think there's going to be some other game announcements tomorrow as well. I forgot what they are, but again, Oblivion could be dropping soon. Within days, if the rumor is to be believed, the Oblivion remake could be shadow dropped, and if that's the case, we will definitely buy it and play it. And I will say this: even if the Oblivion remake is trash, it's gonna destroy Kingdom Come 2. Like any hype that game had for Game of the Year contender. So you have to understand, Oblivion remake is a very smart thing to remake because that game came out in 2006, and the only people that played that are boomers. You have a whole new generation that's never experienced Oblivion. You can't even play Oblivion on the PlayStation 4. You can't play Oblivion on the PlayStation 5. I think it's on the PS3. But at one point, it was only on PC and 360. So Oblivion is a great game to remake because you can introduce it to this brand new generation of gamers. And the graphics are obviously going to be top-notch. But what really concerns me about the Oblivion remake is the soul. And not only that, are they going to retain the Radiant NPC AI? Because that was always fantastic. Are they going to have those features in there? Because if they do, then we can cut it some slack and say, well, maybe this is pretty good. But if those elements of Oblivion are not there, then quite frankly, the game is not going to be good. But the animations will obviously be improved. The graphics, the draw distance, all of that shit's going to be fantastic. That's if this happens. We don't know if it's really happening, but I think it is happening. The Oblivion remake is going to be shadow dropped, and we'll definitely buy that and play that because that's my favorite Bethesda game. Everyone says Morrowind, Morrowind, Morrowind. Dude, I played Morrowind, and you have NPCs standing around doing nothing. And they do that in Oblivion too, but at least it has the Radiant NPC stuff where it makes it much more interesting. So, yeah, you had more freedom in Morrowind, but the game is severely dated. They need to remake that one too, and then maybe we'll give it a shot. But Oblivion was that perfect mix between, well, they didn't completely turn off everything just yet, and they also had, brand new graphics and stuff like that. So it was a great, and plus, if you were a 360 owner, early 360 owner, that was the first big RPG on Xbox 360, Oblivion, and that was fucking fantastic. The graphics are still fantastic on Oblivion. So we're going to definitely take a look at the Oblivion remake. I don't have much hope for it, but certainly going to be better than Kingdom Come 2, I'll tell you that. If they fix the potato NPCs, it's going to be over. Well, that's what I'm saying. If they turn off the NPC, the Radiant AI from the NPCs, then it's best to just play the classic version. But if they have all of that stuff in there, that'll be interesting to say the least. If they have all of that stuff in there, that'll be interesting to say the least. And if they can actually add stuff from other games, that could be cool too, but we'll see. Don't need Switch 2 if you have a good PC, just use emulator. Well, the Switch 2 is, I'm assuming Nintendo is going to figure that out in terms of, I'm assuming the Nintendo Switch 2, they really need to hunker down on that stuff, if that makes any sense. Because all of their consoles are hackable. And the Switch 2, they really need to hunker down on that stuff in a way that makes sense. So that way it's like, well, if you want to play these new games, you can't play them on PC. But and I'm assuming Nintendo's got that figured out this time around, at least for the first couple of years or so. Because the original Nintendo Switch, I think you can. There's a flaw in the hardware, and they had to revise it or something. But I'm assuming this time around they've hopefully figured that out. But because these freeloaders want to play these Nintendo games for free, and it's like, you guys are too cheap to buy a Nintendo Switch, and it's like, well, I can play it on my PC at 4K 60 frames, and it's like, yeah, but that's soulless, dude. I want to see it look like shit on the handheld. What you mean, homie? And it doesn't look like shit. I play the new Zelda on the Switch too, the Switch rather, and on the Switch rather, and looked fine to me. I didn't need more. See, and that's the entitlement that these fake gamers have, is that they need more. When grandma delivers the fucking food plate, you're like, wow, I want to change this. I want to swap this out with that. And it's like, no, you can't be content with what you have. And that's the problem. That's the wrong mentality to have. That's the problem with the Skyrim, the Sky Oblivion mod. They made it soulless by giving Oblivion Skyrim graphics, and it took them 13 years to do it. Yikes! Wait, you're saying that they hired the Skyrim mod team? You're saying that they hired, or is this a totally different? I hope I'm not buying it. If they hired modders for this Oblivion remake, who's making the Oblivion remake? Do we know or no? Yeah, I'm not buying it if all they did was basically just buy the modded project and then fix it up a little bit. I'm not playing a soulless Oblivion. It's not happening. You guys can go play it and chill it. I don't care. I'm sure Luke Steffens will have his 15-minute video essay. 15-minute, by the way. 35-minute video essay on why it's the best game ever. You guys can go watch that. But I'm not going to go over here. I'm not going to come over here and chill it. It's totally different. Okay. The Skyrim Oblivion mod will probably release around the same time. Oh, well, that's cringe. Okay, well, I think we're done talking about Oblivion. You guys are getting up off of that. Twitch and Ash is coming through. That's what we love to see. It's getting really windy out here.
Twitch and Ash super chatted $4.99. Thoughts on Battlefield 6?
Don't have much of an opinion on that. I think that that's just a tech demo right now where it stands. The destruction looks pretty cool from what I've seen, the leaked gameplay, but where's the game? Does the game exist? It doesn't exist. There's no Battlefield 6. Show me that it exists. All I see is a tech demo. You know, I mean, I would argue Battlefield 2042 was more complete because it was an actual game, and this is just going to be this ongoing live service thing where, like, the fans always give feedback, and it's like, well, the game's never going to be complete. You don't have a vision. You don't have any real roadmap for the thing. It's just like this live service thing that you're just putting out without any sort of complete vision. It's ridiculous. Yeah, we understand that they can say the game, the marketing for this is going to have a shorter window. I understand that. That's what we're talking about. You act like I didn't watch it. I watched it. They can say that the marketing is going to have a shorter window, but quite frankly, I think that's an excuse for right now on why they're quiet. I think that's more of an excuse. And, you know, maybe that's true for other titles, but I don't think it makes sense for this game. There's too many games coming out. You got Mafia of the Old Country. You got Borderlands 4. It's like, if you put GTA 6 Trailer 2 out now, I guess there's still room. But it's like, once you let the genie out of the bottle, why would you care about any other thing? Right, you know what I mean? Like once Rockstar opens up the lid and the genie comes out of the bottle and says, "This is when Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming," and we actually have the official release date, who cares about any other game? You're going to want to save up money for Grand Theft Auto 6 in case it's $100 or in case you need a new console to buy it. So it's like every other game, once that date actually comes to fruition, every other game is going to, I would argue, suffer from it. So it's like, well, if you let the genie out of the bottle right now, it affects Mafia of the Old Country. It affects Borderlands 4, and that's within their same umbrella. So we're not even talking about other games. Because some gamers can't buy every single game known to man, believe it or not. So if you had to pick and choose one game for the remainder of the year, obviously it's Grand Theft Auto 6. Why wouldn't it be? You know what I mean? So why would you want to buy any other game? But if you don't know this game is coming, well, then maybe you want to buy something in the meantime. Take-Two only cares about recurrent consumer spending? Okay. Well, what does that have to do with GTA 6? A short marketing window doesn't make sense for a game that has a $1 billion budget. That's what I'm saying. It really doesn't make sense, Demon Vector. I mean, it really doesn't make sense. And I think it's just a PR thing where they're just coming out of the woodwork. They're doing corporate talk. And I think it's the Leslie Benzies thing. I think they're really trying to not that that's obviously competition. Obviously, no one's going to play that game in comparison to GTA 6, obviously. But, you know, it's you know, the headlines for Midzai, it's former Grand Theft Auto creator is making this game, and that's a big selling point for that game, because the normies look at that and they say, well, we don't know when GTA 6 is coming out. Let's just go by Midzai instead, because we saw an article on IGN that said it was from or wherever, it was from the creator of Grand Theft. It was from one of the creators of Grand Theft. I mean, Leslie Benzies was the president of Rockstar North. Like, this isn't some, like, random dude where they're trying to, like, market it. And, it's like, no, this guy was the fucking producer on all of these games. Even fucking Red Dead 1 and Manhunt and I'm assuming Bully and all of this stuff. It's like, dude. They're pricing GTA 6 $140 so the brokies will buy Mafia and Borderlands instead. There was issues with the dev team. They really could release a broken GTA 6 and sell millions today. I disagree. They got to market this game. Yeah, they would sell millions and it eventually would be sold out, but if they literally just dropped it tomorrow, that's not going to be super effective. Because people aren't going to believe it. They're not even going to go download it. Like, okay, GTA 6 just shadow dropped, by the way. It's like, that's not happening. Oh, my God. The headlines will say that maybe Midzai is the GTA successor. No, you just type in Midzai right now, and I'll tell you what the headlines say. They're all talking about GTA. What you mean, homie? Midzai. Right here. The new game from former Grand Theft Auto producer Leslie Benzies is coming. Midzai from former Rockstar game developers wants to relive. Those are the headlines. Midzai by GTA producer gets new trailer. So there you go. That's how the game's going to make money. Because people want GTA 6 and they say, wow, it's a former head honcho at Rockstar. The guy who was responsible for some of these games coming to fruition, like, oh, yeah, let's check this out. Because obviously he knows what he's doing. He's not dumb. Now, it doesn't mean the game's going to be good, but I think at the worst it'll be kind of mid. But it's a $60 game anyway, so I'm going in with lower expectations, if that makes any sense. So we will be covering it on April 1st. GTA 6 Trailer 2, if there's anything there. And the reason why we believe that's the case is because of this T-shirt here. The date's right there. It's on the right-hand corner of the screen, 4/1/25. April 1st, 2025. Doesn't mean anything's going to happen. But we're going to take a look at it, to say the least. And if nothing happens, we're gonna probably put this stuff on the back burner for a little bit because, again, according to the interview from yesterday, the marketing is going to be a little bit closer to launch, and it's like, well, that means they're going to stay quiet. Well, if we know they're going to stay quiet, then I'm going to put this on the back burner for a little bit until there's something a little bit more concrete coming, whether it be rumors or theories or what have you. I don't need to talk about this game knowing that they're not going to start talking about it until closer to launch. I mean, it is, now that I have that kind of confirmation, it's like, well, if that's truly their game plan, which it seems like it is, well then continue to wait and continue to be left in silence for longer. This game is going to approach the 500-day mark of pure silence, more than likely. I mean, I hope I'm wrong on that, but geez. So it's like we're going to definitely shift our focus to other things that are coming out in the meantime. And when there is rumbling, this is, of course, if there is no trailer on April 1st, which I don't believe there will be, but we'll see. But on April 2nd, we have the Nintendo Switch 2. That's going to be unveiled. They're going to show the whole thing off. They're going to show you why you should buy it. They're going to show you the first-party titles probably for it, when it's coming out, the pricing for the Nintendo Switch 2. So they're pulling the curtain back fully on the Nintendo Switch 2 on April 2nd, and we're going to be definitely covering that. And I need Nintendo to give me a reason to buy the damn thing. So we're hoping they have great, compelling software. And they have a hardware trick up their sleeve, because if it's just a better Switch, that's not going to be too exciting, to say the least. And the Nintendo fanboys will defend it, but to me it's just like, well, the soccer moms aren't upgrading. I mean, they're really not, unless their Switch 1 breaks and they need a Switch 2. Really, honestly, like, and the Switch 1 at this point will probably be a lot cheaper than the Switch 2, so I don't know. But the Switch 2 will probably sell out pretty quick, because the Nintendo fanboys got to have it. But I'm talking over time. I mean, I think the Switch 2 is going to be not a failure, but definitely not as popular as the first one. We'll see, though. I could be wrong. Could be even more popular. And then on April 3rd, there's the Warzone. Warzone brings it back to the first map, I believe. So Vendurk, or whatever it's called, Vendusk, whatever the damn map's called. So we'll probably check that out. Maybe not. I'm not sure, but we'll definitely stay tuned for April 1st. But knowing what we heard from Strauss yesterday, with the marketing kind of staying relatively close to the launch of the game, that kind of confirms that nothing's going to really be happening, at least in the near future. So maybe we have to pump the brakes on this GTA stuff, because if we know that's the case, there's no reason to come out here and talk about it, because that's not Rockstar. That's not Take-Two's plan to market this game. So if they're not marketing the game and Rockstar's not ready, then there's nothing going to be said. So that's really what we're looking at. But we will be taking a look at April 1st, and if they have something to tease or whatever the case may be, we'll definitely pop in a way that makes sense. But I think the kind of little hype that we had here for April 1st, I'm not saying anything, I'm not saying it's set in stone that nothing's going to happen, but it's like, well, nothing has happened in 481 days. Why would that change anytime soon? That's what I'm trying to understand. And people are just, they continue to say this month is going to be the month. This next month is going to be the month. And it's just like, I don't think this game is going to see the light of day anytime soon. And I really hope I'm wrong, but it's just like, it would be so hard to believe, even if Trailer 2 came out at this point, because the wait has been just insane. So, and I also do believe that it is a kind of a PR move to kind of get out and say, hey, look, it's still on track, without Rockstar really saying anything. And Rockstar's, you really want to hear it from them, as opposed to this kind of corporate talk. It's like, I don't know why we're having these conversations about GTA 6 through this corporate talk, and it's like, where is the game? Where is Rockstar? Where are the screenshots? Where is anything? Rockstar themselves have not acknowledged this game since 2023. That is very concerning. I have done more marketing for GTA 6. They should put me in the game at this point. I should be an NPC that you find on a fucking bench yelling at the computer. So that's what we're going to do, but I think we're going to wrap it up here. Shorter show today. And we will be staying tuned. Hopefully April 1st is that day, and maybe it is. Maybe this T-shirt will come to fruition, and that would be pretty cool, because it was right there. And you can look back and say, wow, Rockstar really did plan this out. GTA 6 Trailer 1, December 5th, 2023. That's right there on the shirt. And then April 1st, 2025. That's right there on the shirt. Now, maybe that's a coincidence. Maybe that means nothing. But that's what we're going to find out pretty soon, in about 2 or 3 days from now, whenever April 1st is. But for now, with that said, that is going to do it. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, tagging along, and supporting the show. And with that said, we will see you later. It's over.
Turning me on, turning me on.
Center.